If you own a cleaning business and you're using the Bookcleaningjobs CRM for cleaners, which is powered by High Level, I'm going to show you how to set up the calendar functionality so that you can use the calendar for online booking, let your customers schedule appointments with you, and use it to manage your appointments and assign things to your employees. So I'm going to show you how to set it up inside of the Bookcleaningjobs CRM. We'll use this sub account as an example. You can see there's no bookings on this calendar right now. There's no appointments because the calendar on this one is not set up correctly. So I'm going to walk you through how to set it up. Before we get started though, if you're already using Google Calendar, you can actually integrate your Google Calendar with this calendar inside of the CRM. You go to settings, scroll down to integrations. You'll choose this option right here. You'll sign into your Google account to integrate your Google Calendar. And then anything that's on your Google Calendar will be reflected inside of your calendar here in the CRM. And anything that you book in the CRM, like let's say an appointment, a customer books an appointment with you, that will be reflected on your Google Calendar as well. You can also use this if you want to quickly drop an appointment block on your Google Calendar. Let's say you want to block some time on a Friday afternoon because you're going to take the afternoon off to spend time with your family. You could just block time in Google Calendar and that would block it in the CRM too, so that customers can't book you on that Friday afternoon. So just a cool little tip there if you want to be able to block time on your calendar. So let's get this calendar set up. The way I'm going to set this up is with 4 different time blocks during the day. And the way that customers will book is they'll select one of these 4 time slots. There'll only be one appointment available per time slot. So I'll assume that you're maybe a one-man operation, or you've just got one team that's out cleaning for you. If you want to allow for more people to book during the day, more people to book during those slots, then we can show you how to adjust that. But I'm going to set this up so that you can take 4 separate appointments per day. I'm going to set them up at, let's say 9 a.m., 11, 1 p.m., and 3 p.m. So 4 different 2-hour slots. You could adjust this for your own needs, but the way I would position this to your customers is that they're going to be requesting an appointment time with you. They can request one of these slots, but this is not a firm guaranteed appointment time, right? You might have an arrival window that you offer to your customers already. So you might tell them, I'll be there within an hour of that time that you selected. Or you could just contact customers back and say, based on the schedule that day, I know you booked at 3 p.m., but we're actually going to be there at 2:30 because the job before you is kind of light. So we can be there by 2:30 that day. So just let customers use these slots to request an appointment with you. It doesn't have to be a firm set in stone time. You can still adjust the appointment slightly when you contact the customer back to confirm the scheduling. And by the way, if you're not using our CRM yet, go to bookcleaningjobs.com/CRM. You can get a 14-day free trial of the Bookcleaningjobs CRM for cleaners. I'd recommend, if you're even thinking about using High Level in your business, try ours instead. We have a bunch of stuff built in here already that if you own a cleaning business might be useful to you. Website templates, landing page templates, emails, all kinds of stuff that will save you a lot of time. So you don't have to go sign up for High Level and figure it out yourself. You can just get our version of High Level and it's made specifically for cleaners. All right, let's look at this calendar right here. Here's how we're going to set it up. So right now, what we've got are 2 different calendars in here. I was messing with this earlier. Here's the one that our client set up, and this one's got some issues on it, so we're not going to keep that. This is the one that I was setting up. I'm actually going to delete this calendar, and we'll just start fresh, okay? Let's start by making a new calendar. There's a bunch of other options here, by the way. If I'm you and I'm just starting out, I would not even look at these other options right here. It's going to get a little complicated a little quickly, and you don't need these other options in order to use the calendar functionality. Keep it simple, just so you can get some sort of a booking system in place, and you'll get results a lot quicker. And then if you want to try to improve things or make it more fine-tuned, you can do that. But let me tell you that the easiest booking systems to use are the ones that get the best results. So let's just set up, like I said, a basic calendar that's got a couple of time slots in it. We're going to choose personal booking. We're going to give the calendar a name. We'll call this carpet cleaning schedule. You could add a description if you want to, but you don't have to. You can select a team member that when somebody books an appointment, that's who the appointment will be scheduled with. If you have multiple team members, you could assign this to multiple team members, or you could assign it to your lead or to yourself, to a dispatch email address or something like that. And then you could assign the jobs out to the appropriate team member afterwards. You can create a custom URL if you want to. We'll just call this carpet cleaning schedule. And then the meeting duration is going to be, let's say 90 minutes is how we're going to set this up. So we're doing 2-hour time blocks, but we're actually going to set them up as 90-minute blocks. And you'll see why in a second here. The times that we're going to allow people to book are going to be Monday through Friday between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. And you could hit confirm right now if you want to, but we're actually going to dive into the advanced settings. I'm going to show you how to set this up a little more in depth because I think a lot of the functionality that you really need to make this work is in this more advanced menu right here. But don't worry, it's not too complicated. You could add a calendar logo if you want to. I'm going to skip that. You don't need to add that. It's not required. For meeting invite title, this is what the actual calendar invite is going to be called, right? I would leave contact name. I think that's great. So whoever books the appointment with you, maybe it's Mary Sue, it's going to pop Mary Sue's name into the meeting title here. And then what you could do next is you could say, maybe Mary Sue at, and you've got some options here. Mary Sue at, put her full address in there. I would say Mary Sue at 123 Main Street, Minneapolis, Minnesota. Or you could do just address 1, Mary Sue at 123 Main Street. Or you could do Mary Sue in Minneapolis. It'll pop the city name in there. So you can decide how you want to set that up, but I would put some sort of identifying info in here because it'll help you when you're looking at your calendar. You can just quickly glance at the titles of these appointments and you'll know which customer it is and you'll have some idea of where they're at. The other thing you could do is you could come back later and you could add more info to these appointments if you want to drop in specific details about the job. You could do that afterwards, but just let people book an appointment slot with you and then make it so that the calendar will tell you exactly who booked with you and where they're located. One other feature I like to use is this meeting location right here. You can actually click the contact address and pop the contact address into the location field right here. So then you and the customer can see that the appointment's going to be performed at the customer's address. The rest of this looks good. So we'll move on to availability. And this is where you're going to have to set up your time slots. So what we want, like I said, is 4 appointments per day. We're going to set these appointments up so that they are in 90-minute blocks. And they're going to be at 9 a.m. until 10:30, 11 a.m. until 1 p.m., 1 p.m. 11 a.m. until 12:30 p.m. It's supposed to be a 90-minute block. 1 p.m. until 2:30 p.m. And then we'll do 3 p.m. until 4:30 p.m. Okay. It says we've got some overlapping time slots right now. Where's the overlap? It's this one right here. This needs to be changed to AM. Perfect. All right, we fixed it. So now we got this set up. We've got 4 90-minute time blocks, but what it really creates for us is 4 2-hour time blocks because you got a little bit of travel time between these jobs, right? So consider that you've got your first appointment at 9 a.m. You do the job in about 90 minutes and then you got 30 minutes of travel time. You can adjust this if you want to. You could add more appointment. You could do fewer appointments, whatever works for your schedule. But let's copy this to the other days of the week. We'll do Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and hit apply. And just like that, we've got all of our time slots set up. This feature right here, you're not going to want to use. Look busy. We'll just add some random appointments to your schedule to make it look like you're booked up, but you probably don't want to use that because you want people to actually be able to book the time that works best for them. I would leave recurring meeting off as well. You only want to let people book a single appointment with you, not a recurring appointment. Then we'll you could set up the recurring appointments yourself, right? You don't want the customers to do it. You could set it up. And then we'll do a meeting interval. The meeting interval is going to be 60 minutes. And what this does is it makes it where people can only book on the hour. They won't be able to book at 9:30 a.m. They would only be able to book at 9 a.m. or 10 a.m., but they won't be able to choose 9:30. So we'll do 60-minute for the meeting interval. We've got 90 minutes for the meeting duration. You could add a minimum scheduling notice if you want. Like if you want people to only be able to book within 3 days out, something like that, you could put in 3 days, but I don't recommend doing that. Let's let people book maybe even same day, because potentially you could have a hole in your schedule at 1 p.m. today. And then by lunchtime, somebody books that slot and suddenly you got a full schedule. You could also add a date range, like you could only allow people to book in the next 30 days. This you might want to consider doing. And I would set a date range of maybe 60 days because you don't want people booking appointments for 6 months from now. I've found in my own experience that people who book appointments really far out in advance like that generally don't honor those appointments. So I just tell people, look, call us, when you need your appointment and we'll get you in as quickly as we can, or use our online scheduler. But I only let people book out 30 days or 60 days in advance. I don't let them book out forever. So you might want to do 60 days here. That's totally up to you though. Maximum bookings per day. You have set up specific time slots, so you don't have to use this feature right here if you don't want to, but you could. You've got 4 time slots, so you can have up to 4 bookings per day. This is where you can adjust how many bookings per time slot. So we only want to allow one person to book at 9, one person to book at 11, right? We don't want 2 people to book at 9 because let's say we don't have 2 crews to send out. So we'll leave this as 1. This limits to only 1 person booking per time slot. If you had 2 crews, you could put in 2. If you had 3 crews, you could put in 3, right? You could increase that. But we'll leave it on 1. We don't need any pre-buffer time or any post-buffer time. We can just leave that as is. Let's move on. This is where you select the form that you want people to fill out when they book the appointment. So what information do you want to collect from people when they do the booking? You might want first name, last name, email, phone. We've created a booking form that you can use as well. So you could choose booking form, and this will actually grab their address, street, city, state, zip, all that stuff. So you get their complete address and you actually go service these customers. So I'm going to select booking form, but you could create any form you want within the CRM. Whatever information you need in order to book people, add that to the form, and then come back here and select the form that you've created from this dropdown, and then you can use your own custom form. This order right here, I would leave it as is. This means that people will select the time and date of their appointment first, so they can see your availability, see if the time they want is available, and then they can start filling out their info and submit it. You could allow people to add guests to the appointment. So let's say people want to add their spouse to the appointment. They want their spouse to get it. Or let's say they're booking an appointment for their mom, right? And they're trying to get their mom's house cleaned. They might want to add their mom's email address in here. So you could add this in and let people invite a guest, but you don't have to use that feature if you don't want. This is where you can choose whether you want to show people a confirmation message or redirect them to a thank you page. I usually recommend using a thank you page and redirecting people to like some sort of a confirmation page URL that tells them, hey, thanks for booking an appointment. We'll contact you back shortly to confirm the details of your appointment. But you could actually select where you want people to go after they book the appointment when you're creating your funnel later on. We'll probably add this calendar to a funnel. That's what a lot of people do. And then when people book on that page, you can select what you want to happen next. You can do that here, or you can do it when you're creating your funnel. Totally up to you. I'm just going to leave this on default right now. You could change this message if you want to, but you don't have to. You can drop in your Facebook pixel if you want, and that will create an event inside of your Facebook account so that you can actually track booking. Might be useful if you're running Facebook ads. And then you can leave auto confirm on. That's fine. You could add payments if you want to accept payments, but I don't recommend doing it. I would just let people book. I know some people have different opinions about taking deposits before bookings. I recommend just allowing people to book without requiring them to pay. You'll get more bookings, of course. And yeah, you'll probably have some cancellations and some reschedules, but that's the game, right? You'll work all those issues out like most business owners do. Let's move on to some of these notifications. Some of these are turned on by default. So I just want to make you aware that when somebody books an appointment with you, they're going to get an email telling them that, hey, thanks, you booked an appointment with us, that your appointment's been confirmed. If somebody cancels, you'll get an email notifying you. And actually, you'll get these email notifications too, right? So somebody's booked an appointment with you. And then the person who booked the appointment, they should get a notification as well. And both of you should get a calendar invite too. So you'll see it show up on your calendar, and your clients should also receive a calendar invite. If a customer cancels, you should get notified about the cancellation. If they reschedule, they should get notified about the rescheduling. But so you'll want to actually turn on. It looks like a lot of these right now are set up. You can see enabled versus disabled. So I misspoke a second ago. Sorry about that. If these aren't turned on for you, you'll want to actually enable them. So let's hit enable on appointment booked. And you see the difference here, email versus in-app. This means you'll get an email notification about the appointment. In-app means if you're using the Lead Connector app to manage your CRM on your phone, and if you're not, you should. If you're using our CRM, download Lead Connector from the App Store, and you can see all the stuff from your CRM on an app on your phone. If you have in-app notifications, this will send you an in-app notification on your phone that somebody's booked an appointment with you. So that might be useful as well. But we've enabled the email notification. Let's take a look. Yep, now you can see emails lit up. You could do the same thing with appointment booked. Let's turn on email notifications for that. And you can turn on and off who's going to receive these notifications, by the way, because you might want the customer to get these emails. You might not want the customer to get these emails. You could turn this off, for instance, if you don't want the customer to get the email. Contact refers to the customer who's booking with you. User refers to the person the person that user refers to you or the person at your company who's logged into the CRM right now. You could also send these to an additional email address if you want to. So you could choose that option. But just be aware, this is how you turn on emails and in-app notifications. You can turn the rest of these on if you want to. And I probably would definitely want people to know that they did a cancellation, that people requested a reschedule. Okay. And then we'll do reminders as well. You might not want to get reminded, but the contact, right? Your customer might want to get a reminder. And then you could send a follow-up message after the appointment's completed. This might be a good opportunity to ask for feedback, to ask for a review or something like that, but we'll set that up in a different video. This option right here will allow Google Calendar to create and send an invitation. You might want to use that. You might not want to. It's totally up to you. And then honestly, I think the rest of these look pretty good. We can leave a lot of these options as is. If you want to limit how far out people can cancel or reschedule their appointments, you could use this feature right here. If you want to say, we have a reschedule policy of 1 day, right? You can't reschedule within 24 hours or you can't cancel within 24 hours. You could set that right here. But that's pretty much it. In the additional notes field, this is what's going to show up inside of the appointment booking. You could add additional info if you want, but by default, it's going to pull in the contact's phone and the contact's email address and all that. And you'll have the name of the person on the booking. So that should give you plenty of information to help you know who's booking appointments with you. There's additional customizations. If you want, you could change the color of your calendar. You could change this from schedule meeting to book appointment. And really, that's it. At this point, I think you've created a pretty good calendar. Let's check it out and see how it actually looks. So we'll click on share. And I'm going to copy this link right here. And let's go check out the calendar and see how it looks. All right, carpet cleaning schedule. Here's a couple of time slots that are available. And this is, by the way, we selected in this client's time zone. He's Central Time. I'm out here on the West Coast. I'm in Pacific Time. So that's why it doesn't match what we set up earlier. We set up 9, 11, 1, and 3, but I'm on Pacific Time right now. I could switch this time zone and look at things in his time. Let's do that just to make this look a little cleaner. We'll do US Chicago. There we go. All right. Here's the time slots that we originally set up. All right. So you'll remember we set up 4 slots. Here's 9 a.m., 11, 1, and 3. If I'm the customer, I could pick the day that works best for me. Let's say I really like the 26th and I want the appointment at 11 a.m. I can hit select. This is the form that you chose for people to fill out. This is going to collect name, phone number, email, address, city, state, postal zip, and also a description of what they need cleaned. And then once they hit book appointment, it will either show them a message thanking them for booking an appointment, or it will redirect them to that success page. So you've got your calendar set up now. People can book with you in 4 slots per day. They'll give you all their information and tell you what they need cleaned. This calendar is actually ready to go. You could just send this link directly to your customers, but it's kind of ugly. Another thing that you could do is you could embed this calendar on your existing website. So you might want to just embed this on a page on your site, like create a page that's abccarpetcleaning.com/book. And you could drop this widget on your site and let people just book right there on your website. You could send people the link directly. Here's the link right here. You could generate a one-time link for people. The other thing you can do, like I mentioned, is create a funnel. So let me just show you that really quick, because I think this is what a lot of people are going to end up doing. Unfortunately, I don't have a funnel loaded into this account right here. We'll just start from blank. We'll call it booking page, just for this example. If you're using one of the funnels inside of our CRM, by the way, you can call in this calendar to whichever funnel you're using. And what I would recommend you do is, you have your landing page. Maybe it's your ABC carpet cleaning landing page, and people are requesting a quote by filling out the form. After they fill out that form, take them to the next step in the funnel where it should say, thanks for requesting a quote. We'll get back to you shortly. By the way, if you'd like to grab a slot on our calendar, go ahead and book an appointment right now. And then drop your calendar, the calendar we just created, right there on that thank you page. And you'll get a bunch of people who fill out the form first, and then they book an appointment next. I would love to show you that right now, but I do not have a funnel created. We'll just fake it really quick. Okay. So we'll call this carpet cleaning landing page, and we'll call it CC123 because I don't want to use up any good domains on this account right here. Let's see here, create funnel step. Give me just a minute to set up a template really fast. All right, we'll add a section up here. We'll add another section here. And then we'll add another section here. Yeah, okay. We'll just add a couple things in here. All right. So we'll make just a really quick and horribly ugly landing page. Not one I would ever actually use, but let's just pretend that this is your carpet cleaning landing page. All right. So what we're going to do is people are going to fill out this form requesting a quote from your carpet cleaning company, and then they're going to go to the next step in the funnel after they fill out this form. So I'm going to save this. And then we're going to create a next step. And I'm just going to clone that original page I just made. And then we'll modify it. We'll turn it into a thank you page. So we'll say thank you page. And then we'll edit this page. And then on this page, instead of saying get your carpets cleaned today, we're going to say thanks for requesting a quote. And let's add another little piece of text here. Let's do this one. Make that bigger. Boy, I can't read that. I recommend using like a size 18 font when you're building websites and funnels, by the way, because a lot of your older customers have trouble reading little tiny font on the screen. So make their life easy. Use some bigger font. So let's say, thanks for requesting a quote. We'll reach out to you shortly. Our schedule fills up quickly. If you'd like, grab a spot. Please use the booking form below. All right. And then now we're not going to use a form. Instead, we're going to add that calendar that you just created. So you add a calendar widget. We're going to choose the carpet cleaning schedule. That's the calendar that we created. And look at that. There's the calendar. Okay. And this is what I was telling you earlier. What happens after people book an appointment? You could have set this when you were creating the calendar. It asked, do you want to create a redirect or do you want to just show them a confirmation message? I told you it didn't really matter what you select then, because when you add the calendar to a funnel step like we just did right now, they give you the choice again. You could either use the action that you set up when they originally created the calendar, or you could just go to the next step, or you could send it to a totally different website URL if you wanted to. I'm going to do go to the next step. We're going to hit save. And then I'm going to create one more page for this funnel. So we'll do clone funnel step, clone step in this funnel. And this time I'm going to call it confirmation page. And we'll say CC123 confirmation. And then this is the page people are going to see after they've requested a quote and after they've booked an appointment. It's going to say, hey, thank you for booking an appointment. So we'll delete that calendar link. We don't even need it anymore. Thanks for scheduling. We'll reach out to you shortly to confirm the details of your appointment. And that's it. You've got kind of a mini funnel here. It's a bit ugly, but you get the picture. So now what happens is people will go to your landing page, fill out this form to request a quote. After they fill out the form, it'll say, thanks for requesting a quote. We'll reach out to you shortly. Our schedule fills up quickly. If you'd like to grab a spot, please use the booking form below. They can book a spot, whatever they like, tell you all their information. And by the way, if they've given you some of this info already, like their name, their phone number, their email in that first step, it should pop that info right in here. They shouldn't have to type it again, which is really convenient. And then they'll hit book appointment. And after they book the appointment, it'll send them to a final confirmation page that says, thanks for scheduling. We'll reach out to you shortly to confirm the details. So that's how you set up a calendar with different time slots. If you're a carpet cleaning business or something like that, where you want to have a couple slots per day, one customer per slot, that's how I'd recommend setting it up. It's actually pretty easy to do. This scheduling functionality is really powerful. If you want to offer online booking to your customers, I think this is an easy way to do it. You can integrate it with your website really easily. You could build a landing page and put the calendar on the landing page. If you're not offering online booking to your customers yet, this is a really easy way to do it. It comes with our CRM. It doesn't cost anything extra. So go to bookcleaningjobs.com/CRM and start your free trial if you're not already using it. This is a really good solution if you're not using something like House Call Pro or another one of those tools for online booking. This one works great. So highly recommend you go check it out. If you have questions, leave them in the comments. If this video was helpful, hit like. I'm Ruben with Book Cleaning Jobs, and I'll talk to you later.